Hi guys, today's chapter of Shingaling is called How We Played Truth or Dare, and it's actually a pretty long chapter, so I'm going to split it into two sections. I'll read the first half of the chapter today, and I'll read the second half of the chapter tomorrow, okay? So, here we go. The day I found out my dad died, Summer said. The three of us were lying in our sleeping bags on the floor in Jimena's bedroom. The ceiling lights had been turned off, but the red chilly Christmas lights that were strung all around the room gave the walls a pink glow in the dark. Our pajamas glowed pink. Our faces glowed pink. It was the perfect lighting for telling secrets and talking about things you would never talk about in the daylight. We were playing a truth or dare game, and the truth card that Summer had just drawn read, "What was the worst day of your life?" My first instinct had been to put the card back and to tell her to draw another one, but she didn't seem to mind answering it. I was in Mrs. Bob's class when my mom and grandma came to get me, she continued quietly. I thought they were taking me to the dentist because I just lost a tooth that morning, but the second we got inside our car, my grandma started to cry. And then Mom told me that they just found out that Dad had been killed in action. Daddy's in heaven now, she said. And then we all just cried and cried in the car, like these huge, unstoppable tears. She was fidgeting with the zipper of her sleeping bag as she talked, not looking at us. Anyway, that was the worst day. Jimena shook her head. I can't even imagine what that must be like, she said quietly. Me neither, I said. It's kind of a blur now, actually, answered Summer, still pulling at the zipper. Like, I honestly don't remember his funeral. At all. The only thing I remember about that day is this picture book about dinosaurs that I was reading. There was this one illustration of a meteor streaking across the sky over the heads of the Triceratops, and I remember thinking my dad's death was like that. It's like the extinction of the dinosaurs. A meteor hits your heart and changes everything forever, but you're still here, and you go on. She finally got the zipper to unstick and pulled it up all the way to close her sleeping bag. But anyway, she said. I remember your dad, I said. Yeah? She said, smiling. He was tall, I answered, and he had a really deep voice. Summer nodded happily. My mom told me that all the moms thought he was so handsome, I said. Summer opened her eyes wide. Aw, she said. We were quiet again for a few seconds. Summer started straightening up the card decks. Okay, so whose turn is it now? She asked. I think it's mine, I answered, flicking the spinner. It landed on truth, so I pulled a card from the truth deck. Aw, this one's so lame, I said, reading aloud. What superpower would you like to have and why? That's fun, said Summer. Well, I'd want to fly, of course, I answered. I could go anywhere I want. I could zoom around the world, go to all those places that Jimena lived in. Oh, I think I'd want to be invisible, said Jimena. I wouldn't, I answered. Why? So I could hear what everyone says about me behind my back and know that everyone thinks I'm a big phony? Oh, no, laughed Jimena. Not this again. I'm teasing, you know. I know, she said, but for the record, no one thinks you're a phony. Thank you. Just a faker. Ha! But you do care too much about what people think of you, she said somewhat seriously. I know, I answered just as seriously. Okay, it's your turn, Jimena, said Summer. Jimena flicked the spinner. It pointed to truth. She picked up a card, read it to herself, and then groaned. Ah! If you could go out with any boy in your school, who would it be? She read aloud. She covered her face with her hand. What? I said, wouldn't it be Miles? Jimena started laughing and shook her head, embarrassed. Whoa! Summer and I both said, pointing at her. Who? Who? Jimena was laughing. It was hard to see in the dim light, but I'm pretty sure she was blushing. If I tell you, you have to tell me your secret crushes, she said. Not fair, not fair, I answered. Yes, fair, she said. Fine. Amos, she said, sighing. No way, said Summer, her mouth open wide. Does Ellie know? Of course not, said Jimena. It's just a crush. I wouldn't do anything about it. Besides, he's not into me at all. He really likes Ellie. I thought about that. How just a few months ago, Ellie and I would talk about Jack. Having a boyfriend seemed like such a far-off thing back then. Jimena looked at me. I think I know who Charlotte's crush is, she said in a sing-songy way. I covered my face. Ugh, everybody knows thanks to Ellie, I said. What about you, Summer? Said Jimena, poking Summer's hand. Yeah, Summer, what about you? I asked. Summer was smiling, but she shook her head no. Come on, said Jimena, pulling Summer's pinky. There's got to be someone. Fine, she said. She hesitated. Reed. Reed? Said Jimena. Who's Reed? He's in Mr. Brown's class with us, I answered. Very quiet, and he draws sharks. He's not exactly popular, Summer said, but he's really nice, and I think he's really cute. Oh, said Jimena. Of course I know who Reed is. Duh. He's totally cute. He is, right? Said Summer. Oh, you guys would make a great couple, said Jimena. Side note, 5th graders should not be couples. Just want to interject that. Maybe someday, answered Summer. I don't want to be a couple yet. Is that why you didn't want to go out with Julian? Asked Jimena. I didn't want to go out with Julian because Julian's a jerk, Summer answered quickly. But you weren't really sick on Halloween, right? Said Jimena at Savannah's party. Summer shook her head. I wasn't sick. Jimena nodded. I thought so. Okay, I have a question, I said to Jimena, but it's not from the cards. Oh, said Jimena, raising her eyebrows and smiling. Okay. I hesitated. Okay, when you say you're going out with Miles, like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you do? Charlotte, said Summer, smacking my arm with the back of her hand. Jimena started laughing. No, I just mean, I said. I know what you mean, said Jimena, grabbing my fingers. All it means is that Miles meets me at my locker after school every day, and he walks me to the bus stop sometimes. And yeah. Have you ever kissed him? I asked. Jimena made a face like she was sucking on lemons. She wasn't wearing her contacts now, just big tortoise-framed glasses, as well as a retainer she was supposed to wear at night. She didn't look at all like the Jimena Chin we were used to seeing in school. Once, at the Halloween party. Did you like it? I asked. I don't know, she answered, smiling. It was a little like kissing your arm. Have you ever done that? Kiss your arm? Summer and I obediently kissed our arm, and then we all started laughing. Mija, Jimena's mom said, knocking on the door. She poked her head in. I don't want the baby to wake up. Can you keep it down a little? Sorry, Mommy, said Jimena. Good night, girls, she said sweetly. Good night, we whispered. Sorry. And that's a great place to stop. And I know my 5th graders are mature enough to handle what I just read and to know that at Sequoia in 5th grade, we are very appropriate and innocent, and yeah. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's chapter, and I will read the rest of this chapter tomorrow. Bye-bye.